Conneaut Lake residents are upset after a recent decision from local police to give out $157 tickets to anyone found operating a golf cart on public roads.
And while previously police would simply issue a verbal warning, they say after years of vulgarities and threats of civil lawsuits, they have had enough. Our Tom Kowalski. Well, Tom, you visited Conneaut Lake today, and you're here on the weather deck at our studio tonight with more on the reaction of residents to all this news. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, Mike and Eva. Now, as you can imagine, many of these residents are pretty upset. They say that these golf carts are a quick and easy way to get around their neighborhoods and other parts of the small lake town. And the actions of a few shouldn't affect the whole community. For many in Conneaut Lake, golf carts are a major form of transportation.
My husband takes the golf cart out nearly every evening, take our dog for a ride around the neighborhood.
But after the Conneaut Lake Regional PD made a post on Facebook announcing a stricter enforcement of golf cart usage on public roads as well as underage drivers, many are upset.
Believe me, I support the police in all ways, but I think it's borderline harassment.
Jeff Casey, member of the Heidi Cobra Bay Association, says his small West Shore neighborhood feels under attack.
This is a community that has a mixture of private streets and publicly owned streets. I happen to live on a publicly owned street. So technically this golf cart behind me, I cannot cross the street and take it over to my neighbor's house and say hello.
Fellow association resident Dale Loomis feels the stricter enforcement likely comes from the actions of East Shore residents.
Most of the problem is state highways, which on the east side, they have to go across the state highway to get to the beach. We don't have that problem.
And Loomis's wife, Susie, says the $157 fine for golf carts on public roads and $112 fine for underage driving seems a bit much.
Maybe on the other side of the lake, they're having problems with the kids that are underage. We do have a few children that have been on the golf carts. We've seen them as young as 6 or 7. Usually they have a parent with them, but for the most part, we don't have that problem. I think it's a little excessive to charge that amount of money.
Now, we did reach out to residents along the east side of the lake as well as Conneaut Lake Regional Police Department, but both declined to give additional comments. We'll, of course, have more on ErieNewsNow.com, but for now, live from the weather deck, Tom Kowalski, Erie News Now.